All right, well, welcome everyone. It's Monday Night Course Spotlight and Kathy Lawson, Chief Knowledge Officer of the Great Discovery. And I love these sessions. You know why? It's because we get to learn. We get to learn from each other. And so many great courses. We've just had great conversations about several of them. So right now will be no exception. So I'm really excited to introduce Rick to you. Rick McCullough is an author, speaker, profit acceleration specialist, and founder of Whiffam Sales and Marketing. Rick empowers entrepreneurs to unleash their potential, scale their business, and become the industry icon in their niche. And so tonight, Rick is going to talk to us about his course called Hidden Profit Accelerator. So, Rick, I'm just going to turn it over to you and let you dazzle us.
Thank you very much, Kathy. So one thing I'm going to correct there, that WIFM is that's just what it is. WIFM stands for What's in it for me. So that's part of my company name. So I'm going to start with my background here. Where we are defined by who we serve. So I think that's important to keep that in mind when you're actually doing your work for somebody. Basically, how you serve somebody is going to be the most important part of your business. And so who here wants to make more impact in their business? So if you want to put your hands up or put something in the chat, that'd be great for me. So let me know if you want to make more impact in your business. If you don't, I'm just going to go home. Anyway, so I'm going to get started here. And I'm going to start sharing my screen here right away. And we'll get started here. Let me share this. So first of all, sound check, and also, can you see my slide there? I'm going to be making that full screen in a moment.
See your sound, hear you, and see your slide perfectly.
Okay, sounds good. So I'm just going to get started here. I'm going to make that into a presentable form, so everybody can see that. So anyway, I'm going to talk about transforming your business brilliance, because all of us have business brilliance in our business, and I think what I'm going to talk about is how you transform that business brilliance into your what I call your irresistible edge. So it makes it very difficult for somebody to say no when you offer them something, if they're the right client or the right prospect for you. So you know you're brilliant at what you do, and you're ready to make an impact. You've already told me you are. But you find that sometimes you feel like a blur in a crowded marketplace, and you're done with being the best kept secret, because sometimes people don't even know who you exist. One of the things that I learned from Grant Cardone and a number of other coaches, not just him, he says one of the most important parts of your business is grabbing people's attention and making yourself more visible. If you're not visible, you're not going to help anybody. So I'm going to talk about unlocking your business brilliance and your irresistible edge, and basically discover what that is. So agenda is really going to be about why you may be stuck in your business. Let's go this another way here. Why you may be stuck in your business. We're going to identify growth blocks, define irresistible edge, walk a four-step playbook. We'll through a four-step playbook, the profit supercharger effect, and how uncovering the irresistible edge is going to supercharge your profitability. I show you quick proof and game plan going forward. No fluff, just action. And we're going to finish strong with a live Q&A, so you leave crystal clear, fired up, and ready to dominate your market. Before we reveal your brilliance, let me tell you a little story about why you should even listen to me. But it starts with a story. An entrepreneur, or a hero searching for treasure, fell into a deep hole on a search for treasure. A doctor came along and offered a prescription, and that didn't help any. A poet came along and offered inspiration. Well, that was useful. It was nice, but it didn't help him get out of the hole. Another entrepreneur offered business ideas, throwing down a magazine, Fortune 500 magazine, but that didn't help at all. So none of them helped him climb out of the hole. Then he waited and waited. He was screaming, "Help me out! Help me out!" And then someone finally came along and he jumped in. And the first entrepreneur said, "Why would you do that?" He cried. "Now we're both stuck." The other replied, "No, we're not. I've been here before, and I know the way out." That trapped entrepreneur was me. My first coach showed me the way out of that hole. And today I help entrepreneurs escape the holes they're in and find their path and accelerate profit and growth. So again, I'm Rick McCullough, a profit acceleration business growth specialist. I spent 25 years in oil and gas industry mastering strategies. But when I launched my business, my coaching business, I struggled. And I basically had really no idea what I was doing. Although I had a lot of skills that I learned from the oil and gas industry, I was still missing a lot of skills I needed. So I started learning from mentors like Jay Abrams and Brian Tracy, and I cracked the code on creating real results. So today, my mission is simple: to be your guide and to help you create your irresistible edge and credibility and scale your business without additional investment or risk. So let's get started. So does this sound familiar? Fewer or no prospects for clients, overwhelm, burnout, sleepless nights, stagnant cash flow, and hidden debt, anxiety, frustration, lack of fulfillment, no freedom or independence despite your hard work. If any of these resonate with you, say yes in the chat, or basically if you haven't, maybe in the past you've struggled. So imagine the difference. Your crystal clear magnetic solution, so obvious, attracts the clients you want like a magnet, because it amplifies your visibility, your authority, and your credibility for predictable, unstoppable cash flow, high margin offers, your market craze, and time to focus on growth instead of firefighting. I'll start with a quote here. Differentiation is one of the most important strategic tactical activities in which companies must constantly engage. That's from Jack Trout's book, Differentiate or Die. Your market is the foundation of a successful business. Here's the problem. You may be shouting into a void, and you risk fading to obscurity unless you replace your assumptions, your ego-driven marketing, with market driven by your irresistible edge, the advantage that makes your marketing work. So what is your irresistible edge? It's the obvious choice. It's not a tagline. It's a clear, compelling advantage prospects associate only with a solution to the problem that you offer. Before you can write what people talk about having your unique selling proposition or your irresistible edge statement or your unique value proposition, you must first uncover the edge itself. That clarity becomes the foundation of every message you create. So before you even start telling anybody what you do, make sure you're clear about what you do and how you help people. It starts with a clear vision, understanding of your current position, future objectives, accompanied by a dedicated commitment to serving others. Once you define your vision, here's the playbook. First, map out your landscape. In other words, understand who's in the market and how you compete with them and how you fit in the whole landscape in this crowded environment. Second, identify what truly drives purchases. Third, solicit candid feedback on your strengths. Fourth, translate those insights into proof-packed positioning that highlights your irresistible edge. And now we talk about the buyer's journey, because that all plays into your irresistible edge, and you'll see how that plays into in a moment. So here's the buyer, and this is the way it starts. He's doing some research. He's looking for information. He starts with the benefits of ownership. You're talking maybe about you're talking about the first 1% of those who are actually going to buy right away. And the rest are actually going to have to go through the rest of the journey. Soon to buy buyers. Objection to ownership. Why shouldn't I buy, or why should I buy? And then the last stage is new buyers. Again, 1% are going to buy right away, but the rest you have to take them through that journey. So now they go into what they call vendor selection. They have to decide who they're going to buy from, and that's where it comes, where you have an irresistible edge. It's going to make you the best choice for the problem they have. The solution you have is going to solve the problem that they have. The vendor with the strongest irresistible edge wins them more often. The key to uncovering your irresistible edge is be able to enter the conversation taking place in the head of the buyer. Be able to address the number one question in the buyer's mind at just the right time. The conversation that's taking place in everybody's mind resolves around two points. There's a problem they have and don't want And then there's a result they want and don't have. Always got to be thinking in terms of what's going on in their head, because you have to get inside their head before you can actually even get them to consider you for a solution. No, you still have to build that know, like, and trust we all hear about. But you have to really, even when you know they know, like, and trust you, they have to have some reason to buy. You have to have some problem that's nagging at them, that's urgent enough for them to buy from you. A critical conversation. So it starts with the interrupt. It's basically speaking directly to what they care about. Provide evidence and present an offer so compelling, anchored by your irresistible edge, they can't say no. And when you have developed that irresistible edge, now you can actually leverage that to multiply your profits and turbo boost them. You can negotiate better terms, charge premium fees, upsell with ease, create high value bundles, and see dramatic lift in each marketing channel. There's multiple ways you can leverage your irresistible edge, but these are just a few of them. But unless you have that irresistible edge well defined, it's going to be very difficult to leverage selling more, or basically getting in front of more people, or having them want what you have. I'll give you a good example of it. And it talks, when talking about innovation here. So when you create an irresistible edge, it could be something very simple. Like, for instance, there's a case where there were two restaurants beside each other. They both served the same meal, but one actually just offered a discount, and maybe of 25%. And the other one was, instead of offering a discount, they would sell the same meal, but for the regular price, but they would offer free dessert and free wine. But if you look at the cost and the cost of goods and services, it ends up that they actually made more money and they got more business, because they saw that the true value was in the extras that they got with the meal, not the discount. So you have to be thinking creatively of how you can actually create your irresistible edge. And this is just a simple example of how to do that, to demonstrate how that could work for you. Your business is obviously going to maybe quite different. You may not have a restaurant, but it gives, the idea is to give you some ideas about how to actually innovate for your business. And I'll give you some examples here. These brands established a distinct focus, such as delivery, reliability, low cost, or luxury, and structured their operations around that particular attribute. You can do the same if you're in your niche by owning one clear differentiated advantage. For example, Domino's Pizza is a perfect example of how creating their irresistible edge can dominate your market. In the 1980s, they didn't claim to make the best tasting pizza. They made a promise to directly solve the target customer's biggest problem, in this case, college students, hunger plus impatience. Their guarantee is bold: hot, fresh pizza delivered in 30 minutes or less, or it's free. But what made the strategy truly powerful was the business model behind it. Domino's opened low cost, no frills stores near college campuses, designed and streamlined a menu for speed, and overhauled delivery crews and overstaffed delivery crews to ensure reliability. They built their entire system consistently to deliver on one irresistible promise: fast and reliable pizza. The takeaway from here is market domination isn't about being everything to everybody. It's about marketing one irresistible promise and backing it with a business model that ensures your delivery every single time. It's not just about what you deliver, it's about how you deliver it. In summary, the path to irresistible edge is your number one growth asset. Define what that is, and the rest of your journey will be a lot easier. Use the 4-step roadmap to uncover and refine it. Leverage your irresistible edge across pricing offers and campaigns, and innovate, amplify perceived value, not just slash prices, because they basically slashing prices will basically cut right into your margins. But by innovating, you can still keep the same prices. Sometimes even increase your prices by innovating and still keep the same customers, and keep the customers at least you want. So there's a lot more. I can go into a lot more depth with that here, but I don't have time for that. So think in terms of these 4 steps: your irresistible edge, the 4-step roadmap, leverage your irresistible edge, and innovation. So if you feel like you're a blur in a crowded marketplace, transform your business brilliance into irresistible edge and get ready to unleash your business brilliance, your irresistible edge. Unlock your hidden profit assessment, which I'm offering here. I'll tell you more about what's involved in that. So your next step is to enroll in that hidden profit accelerator to uncover the secrets of unlocking hidden profits for more clarity, focus, visibility, authority, credibility, more clients, revenue, and most importantly, profit. So everybody talks about revenue, but profit's what's really more important. It's the money you take home every night to feed your family. That's what's going to grow your business. So unlocking your hidden profit assessment, it basically consists of a 30-minute discovery and prep call, which includes a deep dive diagnosis of silent growth killers specific to your business, and a 90-minute hidden profit assessment, which includes clarity on irresistible edge, hidden profit centers specific to your business, an actionable implementation plan. You also get a website conversion rate optimization audit, the 7 questions you must ask every customer for feedback, the email form for asking those you trust to identify your unique capability, 3 powerful business books and a workbook from my profit acceleration workshop, only available for my private clients. And you'll get a copy of the recordings and satisfaction guaranteed. The combined value of that is $3,000. The great discovery price is $500, but you can have it for a 50% off. And this is a limited time offer that ends by the end of this week. And there's only 3 spots left. This is for you. If you've been in business for at least 6 months, you're ready to put the time and energy. You're finally prepared to be seen, heard, and paid for what you're worth, what you're truly worth. You're tired of giving your all without seeing real results. You're ready to create the impact you were meant to have. If this sounds like you, this could be the smartest move you make all year. And thank you for listening to what I had to say to you about increasing your impact. And I'll leave you with this quote. Marketing and innovation make money. Everything else is a cost. That's Peter F. Drucker. And with that, now go to the link in the chat. And if the other hosts don't have it, I can put it in the chat here in a moment. But now go to the link in the chat and grab your hidden profit accelerator. In less than 2 hours of focused conversation, will pinpoint the edge that transforms your business. Thank you for your time and look forward to helping you dominate your market. Now, in the next few minutes or so that we have left, we can tackle your specific questions and ensure you leave with complete clarity on how to define and deploy your irresistible edge.